Hey, so today we're going to talk about a basic Python tutorial that I haven't seen in many of the websites and many of the articles that I have read or on YouTube. So sit back and enjoy. If you are new to the channel, like and subscribe because there are many more videos to come. I have the content list, I have everything ready, and I just need you subscribed and more people to come on this journey with us. So first thing we're gonna do is, you can see this is the docs.python, that is the Python documentation. We have the 2.7 and the 3.7 documentation open for us, and you can see what's new in Python tutorial. There are different kinds of modules, Python C API, and then the beginner's index, right? The Python tutorial. You can see invoking the Python interpreter. Docs.python. Yeah, there are different numbers, strings, the data types that you have to go through, control flow statements like if, for, while. I suggest you read up on this. Maybe we'll cover this at a later time. Data structures, lists, nested lists, the different input output exceptions, syntax, methods and class. So next we'll be going to an online Python Jupyter Notebook. Notebook is like a place where you can write your Python codes and you can run them, and you have a separate RAM on the Google servers. So a separate RAM on the Google server, so you don't have to waste your own RAM, or if your computer is slow, then that's the option for you. So then we'll look at I open Google Collaboratory. You can type any Python code here. You can you have so many other modules. I'll just type in my Google account, mlmastery.atyourfingertips@gmail.com. So if you have any questions, you can ask us, or if you have any suggestions, you can send them at this email address. So this is the Google Drive, and this will be directly linked to our collaboratory. So the collaboratory, short for collab, we'll go to file and we'll open a new Python 3 notebook. We also have a Python 2 notebook, but generally suggest Python 3 because it's newer. This is the tutorial which I suggest you look through so that you can know the different features of collab. You have the TensorFlow, the interactive widgets, lots of stuff, neural style transfer. So you have a lot of functions in Google Colab. I suggest you look through them. This is the best Python notebook ever, and since it's directly linked with all the packages, you don't even have to install them. You just have to import them. So I printed hello world. This is the most basic fundamental command that we write out in our childhood, right? So hello world, 100 plus 1523 will give us 1623. So you can do different numerical commands. Then let's type a for I in range, say 15. We'll do so I'll print that. Let's see, 1 to 15. See, in Python, like C, it starts from 0. So if you say range 15, it will rather give 0 to 14 instead of 1 to 15. You can also specify a sequence in this. So next we'll type a function out. So def is the code for function, right? That's the variable name is new, and we'll put the argument as x. Argument is when, say, you have a function fx, and then what is the x that you want to give. So new is our function, and def is the keyword for typing a function, and then if x is equals 0, there's a very basic function, then we print it is 0, else let's print it is non-zero. Say, so now we'll call this function with 51 and see it's non-zero, and now we call this function with 0 and it is 0. So what this calling does is it takes whatever argument that you give, say in the first case 51, in the second case 0, and it puts it in each of the places as a function. And so first it goes into new, and then if 51 is equal to 0, then we'll print it as 0. But obviously 51 is not equal to 0, so it will print it is not 0. Next we'll see some other functions which you can find in the documentation. Let's go to the beginner's guide, and here even for non-programmers there is a separate guide where you can see different books. I suggest you read up on some of the books and code blocks. Okay, learning Python, there are a lot of repositories. You have Python examples and sample code here, the Python standard library, the Python cookbook. See, this is the Python library. I suggest you go through these, read up on these. Learning Python is always good for your career. Python is an amazing software. Beautiful. It's like... So next we're going to the tutorial, the Python tutorial, and here you'll find other functions that we can go through. The numbers, string manipulations, right? You can do any addition, subtraction, division, whatever. You can concatenate strings, which is when you put two different strings together. Say you have two strings like I, and you have a string I'm going to the market. So if you concatenate them, you will have I am going to the market, right? Then we have the calling in a string. So if you know what an array is a series of numbers or letters. So if you have, say, our name, Analytics Boom, so that will be an array of 9 characters, analytics, and boom will be another 4 characters. So if you have an array like that, any string in Python is treated like an array. So you can call it with the index number. So if you want the first letter in the word, we just type word 0, and then you can see it will come. So this is the word 5. It will print out whatever is the last command. So yeah, word 0 is P, word N would be the last word will be N. Then NumPy is a package for which you can do several calculations, and see, you can make a matrix. See, this is a 100 by 20 matrix where the 100 is rows and 20 columns. Let's store this in A, and then we can put a shape, and you can see 120. So this 120 is a tuple, so you can call these values in the tuple using the 0 and 1 indexes. So 100 is shape 0 and shape 1 will be 20. So this is quite simple. Next thing that we're going to do is know how to combine, like how to get CSV files, because those are the ones we'll be working on. CSV files, they are comma separated files which are written in any text editor basically. So you import pandas. Pandas is another package, and we can do pd.read CSV which will read the CSV, and in here we'll put the file name. I don't have a file name that is coming to mind, so I'll just put file path. So, and then we'll run this. Obviously it will come an error because file path is not really a file path. And you can see there is this Colab Notebooks drive folder where you can upload files or folders from your local drive. We can import files directly from local drive using these google.colab import files, and then we'll do files.upload. So it will prompt you to upload a file from your local drive. Better option I'd say is directly upload to your Google Drive and then just mount the drive using drive.mount. And you can see there will be an authentication from your Google Drive, and you have to pass that, and then see it's mounted. Next we'll type %ls. So the best thing with this mounting the Google Drive, we can use our terminal commands for changing the directory, making a directory. ls will give sample data, because so we are going one directory back, and then we'll again do ls. ls is the command for list. If you are not familiar with the Linux commands, please brush up on them, because we will be using those. So you can see we have a TensorFlow directory, we have the libraries, mnt. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, I suggest you share it with your friends so that they can come along with you on this journey, and we'll be covering many topics.
Work, work. Yeah, 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 yeah.